Okay, it's a little dark. I'm gonna have to turn my lighting on. We can see here. There we go. All right. What's up, everybody? Greetings to everyone. Hope you can see. All right. So this is going to be our mini love readings. And the list is still open if you guys are interested. Your name should be in the chat. So if you check the chat section, I've pinned the link also to my website if you guys want to purchase a mini love reading, or you guys can pay via Cash App. My information should be linked. And then for those of you who have already paid for a reading, your name is in the chat. So after the live is over, your name will be in the description box with your timestamps. You can come back and watch it or as many times as you want to. So it'll be available as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I've been just using Oracle. So if it's no problem, I'm going to use my Oracle decks here. I haven't been led to use the tarot. It just hasn't appealed to me lately. Let me make sure the sound is on. I should have did that first. I really should have. Let me just double check and make sure the sound. Okay, good. The sound is on. It is clear. Okay, good. So yeah, let's go ahead and tap into this live. So the list is as follows, and like I said, the list is still open if you're interested. First person I have listed is Alexis, second person Myra, third Sydney, fourth Nancy, and fifth Tyonna. Okay, so the list is open. I usually take 11 people at max, so technically that would leave 6 more people. So let's go ahead and start the list, y'all. Starting with Miss Alexis. Right. Okay, let's get it. So Alexis, your timestamp I'll put for 2:37. All right, let's see what's going on with your situation. Alexis, what's going on? Holy Spirit, ask for permission to tap into Alexis and her person of interest energy only for the sake of this reading, of what you want her to know, what you allow me to see and to know. Where is this connection at this time? Alexis. Where's Alexis at this time? Where's Alexis with this person and her person with her? Where's their energy? You both might be like kind of wrestling or fighting yourselves a little bit, like fighting to keep in control, fighting like a part of yourself. Like, okay, I want to say something, but no, I don't want to. Or I want to tell this person how I feel, or I want to check on them. No, don't check on them. It's like an inner battle. I feel like both of you are doing it. Okay. I'm going to start off with these 3 cards because they're standing out to me. So I'm going to stop. And so you have domination. I wanted to come out first. You have influence and you have enterprise. So the first thing that I'm picking up is like I said, you're both kind of fighting yourselves at this time. It's some type of internal battle. And then I'm also picking up too that one of you was focused ahead on commitment, wanting this connection and communicating that. And I feel like, but within someone's heart though, there was a little bit of a lust for other things, or kind of looking around at, if not other people, then just something else that wouldn't have your full attention, or if it's you, then their full attention. Like someone was, because the influence card is Mercury and Libra. And Libra, and obviously this is number 7, 7th house is the ruler of Libra as well. So partnerships, commitments, things like that. Someone I feel like was focused on commitment. Even if the other person was like, yeah, I want to commit, I want a relationship, this is what I'm looking for, blah, 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 or making plans together, still within someone's heart, their focus was not on pouring into a commitment. It was like tempted or shifted into something else that was more like, and when I say temptation, temptation to be lazy, temptation to maybe like focus on other things that are not remote, like nothing connected to relationships or romance or partnering up. It's more self and I and what I want. I feel like someone was kind of on that page where the other person was focused on commitment. I hope that's making sense. This person feels like they don't know who they are deeply. They feel like there's parts of themselves that they need to get to know. Like they're trying to figure out, because there's something about the person that you've been asking about. Every time I tap into their energy, there's this not identity crisis, but kind of a lack of I wouldn't say self-esteem, but just a lack of self-identity in some cases, or not feeling up to par, wanting you, but then at the same time pushing you away or sabotaging things. I do feel like destiny, fate, God, whatever you want to call the higher source of things, has their hand in this situation where it's at, though. So not getting anything is out of alignment or out of order. Everything happened the way that it was supposed to right now, and it is happening the way it's supposed to. So you have wooing, seek, search, encounter, chase. So this person is still watching for you or still has an interest in you. This person could be asking people about, like, what should I do? What would you do if you were in my shoes? The deck that I'm using, this one right here, is the Romeo and Juliet Oracle deck, and it has one of the scenes, like a quote from one of the scenes in the play. It says, "What ladies that which doeth enrich the hand of yonder knight." So again, there's something with like hands, and because I was getting like hands of destiny, or you know how people read like palm readings. There's something about this that is happening in a divine plan, like how it's supposed to. You were supposed to come into his life, and he was supposed to come in yours. There's something that's playing out the way that it's supposed to, but I just get I don't feel like this is a permanent separation, and I don't know. I mean, it could be because free will, like one of you or both of you just feels like you don't want to let each other go, or there's something like it's a continuation type of vibe to this. Let's see, Holy Spirit, what do you want her to know about where this person is concerning her? Their heart, their mind. What do you want her to know? Come on, cards. They acting funny tonight. What's up? Out. Dang. I didn't expect for you to have such an impact on my life. I like you. It's all a big ass front, mask, games, facades, illusions. I feel like that's the identity issues, self-esteem issues. I'm being guided to act and stop trying to control ish. It's like this person would get confidence it's like if they feel like they're ready or they're good within themselves, or they feel like they can kind of project, because let's say this person is looking at you, and I see this often sometimes with men and women, in readings especially, where the woman is, this ideal type, and the man is looking at her like, yeah, she's ideal and everything, but at the same time, I don't feel worthy, like, and they start picking themselves apart and lowering themselves. And then the best way to project, so that the woman does not see that in them, is to do things that's kind of like domineering or controlling. So let's say if they know that the woman wants commitment, they'll withhold it from her for a second to gain that control, to keep the woman kind of in limbo and waiting and sitting so they don't go anywhere. Or they'll, start playing with communication, being kind of like ghosting or cliffhanger type of communication, stuff like that. Like there's this control of dominance. Like they don't want you to be in control or to feel like you're in a dominant place. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I'll do things when I feel ready to. So I'll put up a front, I'll project a certain image to you or how things are going so that you kind of feel like I have the cards in my hand. When this person, and I also feel like this person buys their time with you too sometimes. Like it's a cliffhanger vibe from this. So the separation thing, it was a divine hand in that. I do feel like there's something with the both of you though, that where it does imply that I don't feel like any encounter we have with anybody in our life, romantic, platonic, whatever, is just a mere accident. I don't believe that. Some connections are lifetime, some are just seasonal. There's something about this person that does have a impact on you, just your presence in each other's life. There's something about it that I almost, and I have to be careful with this because I don't want to like imply that I know the future just reading cards, and because some things like spirit will give us, insights into things of the future, but I have to be careful because some things are sensitive. But I can't help but looking at this card and it's giving me the Adam and Eve symbol, and then the snake, the serpent in the Garden of Eden. So there's something about this connection that I feel like it could be, a divine connection, like where two people come together for a divine purpose. Or it's just a seasonal thing. Like it's not meant for you guys to be together, but it's like you guys are put together for a divine purpose for a time, whether that's to help each other. Yeah. So you have the forgiveness card, and it says nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. So regardless of the situation, Spirit is wanting you to forgive and forgive yourself as well. The whole act of forgiveness is for you to free yourself of any resentment so that you're not holding on to that in your heart. You're not holding on, because once you start, holding on to unforgiveness, then you have rage, bitterness, anger towards people, or you're stagnant, you're stuck in the past, you're not present, you're not moving forward. So you don't want to get trapped in the unforgiveness state, or, to where it starts manifesting different things that aren't healthy, that don't feel good, that may create or, manifest things that are the opposite of good or the opposite of healthy energy or allowing, you know what I mean? So forgive this person for your own peace and for your own, to free your heart of any like chains of heaviness or pain or anger, and forgive yourself if need be. Okay. So that's what you're being guided to do at this time. But other than that, this is what I'm seeing as far as where you guys are, like this connection is concerned. Okay. All right. But, anything that came out in this reading, I always encourage y'all, please seek out divine source guide about it and confirm it. And you can ask spirit, what is the purpose of this connection? Like ask personally for yourself. Like the cards is just a medium. Like you have complete and total access to God at any time, any space and time, whenever. Like, so God can tell you things that we can't tell you, and the cards can never tell you. God can tell you that. So much love as always, sis. I hope that was helpful and insightful. I hope your job, the opportunity that you received has been going well. I'm not sure if you've already started it, but hope it's going well, or that it goes well. Okay. So much love, sis. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, I didn't see your thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can. The list is still open. The links should be, if not in the chat, then also in the description box. Okay, Miss Myra, let's get it. Let me see. I didn't see if you asked about anybody. Let me see. Yeah, you did. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what's up. Oh, that's great. That is good. And you're welcome, Alexis. Yeah, many blessings on that opportunity, too. All right, so let's clear our previous energies. Holy Spirit, I thank you. What is the guidance that you have for Myra and the person of interest? What do you want her to know? What's the energy around this connection? Mm-hmm. Okay. Seduction, negotiation, and empathy. For some reason, I feel like 4 cards. Health. These cards always want to come out. These ones. But you have the seduction card. You have negotiation. You have empathy. You have health. So, okay. I feel like this person is sexually attracted to you. You might be sexually attracted to them, or you like flirting with this person, or you like attention from this person. Like there's some type of exchange. It's kind of like fantasy where it's not really concrete. So it's kind of like the idea. So let's say in a workspace, there's like 2 attractive people that kind of flirt with each other. They kind of, let's say, whether they're both single or not. But at the workplace, it's like this attractive person. We flirt. We kind of like play with each other's energy a little bit. We like the attention. It's kind of this job can be kind of dull. We don't really do much. So the whole interaction kind of gives excitement to what we're doing or where we're at. So there's this thing of liking attention and flirting with each other in a way. I do get that this person could be a good friend. They have a potential because they're an empathic person. So I feel like they could be someone that you could give a listening ear to, or they would listen to you. Like you could, lend them your ear and they would lend their ear to you, if that makes sense. Something here though with negotiation though that it's kind of, I feel like you would have to be clear on what your intentions are with this person, because it could go either way, where it's like you can keep up this flirty, kind of this exchange, or it's like this person could actually be someone that's just a good friend, and you might be weighing the pros and the cons of that with the negotiation card. But this is somebody that I feel like could, potentially be someone that's a good friend rather than a love. Or maybe you'll find out that this could be someone that I, really like as a person and as a friend. And maybe I don't really like them like that. Maybe I just like, the attention that this person gives or the flirting. And that's all it is. It's kind of, where's that card coming from? It's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay. The energy. Okay. Yeah, unrequited love. So you might not really be interested in that, this person really. It might just be something to pass you time, or you're bored, or you just, you like their attention, but you don't really want them or really like them like that. But in other ways, this person could be like, you know, valuable in the sense of like a really good person or a good friend to have around. It says, accept the pain, fulfill your needs in other ways. Yeah. So fulfilling your need in other ways, not here. So let's see what this person's truth. Yeah, because I feel with the health card, you see how they're pouring into this woman. It's like they're serving her, but I'm getting more so like people that are, lovingly pouring into this woman. So there's something positive on the other side of this, maybe. Like it's not something that's meant to be romantic or lead to anything sexual. It's more like um, this is somebody that could be your friend, and a good friendship, or somebody that's kind, or that does bring goodness into your life, just not romantically. Yeah, because I feel friendship energy from this. Let's see, what is this person's truth? This person's truth when it comes to Myra. What do you want her to know, Holy Spirit? What do you want her to know? Okay. So this person could see you as marriage material with this card. If marriage was sacred or still sacred, I would gladly marry you. So this person could have, issues around commitment or their idea of marriage. They feel like marriage is not something that people take seriously. Um, but they feel like if people, were traditional or if they used to value marriage in their eyes, like where marriage was once valued, they would in a perfect world. They feel like you're something about you is ideal, or they perceive that you would make a good partner. Yeah, I'm aware that we are connected. So they do feel a connection to you. Like I said, there's flirting energy. There's this exchange between the two of you, but it's almost like you guys just enjoy the idea of it. It's not something that you both really want to take far. Because you got Pisces cards here. You have Jupiter in Pisces and you have Moon in Pisces with two different cards. And then it says, I'm inspired by you. So, like when people come into the workplace and they start dressing up a little bit more, doing their hair more, doing something different to it, or this person could be putting an effort into their work performance and also how they like show up, how they dress and smell maybe. I don't care what my family or friends think. And I'm focusing on myself. So sometimes you might find that this person could give you attention and then they might kind of pull it back a little bit because they feel like other people are watching. So they try to like stay on their P's and Q's, like, stay professional. Or it's kind of like, again, this Pisces energy gives me hidden. It gives me just between us. It gives off this flirty energy where it's like maybe other people don't really notice it, kind of underneath the wraps. It could be the way that you guys look at each other. You guys send each other energy, like when you're talking and when you look at each other, and you like the feeling of it, but it's not so much that you like this person. I don't feel like you really like them like that. It's kind of you like the exchange, you like the attention from each other, but they are, attracted to you. You have asked for help. I don't know what that has to do with anything. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. This looks like the Little Mermaid and her father. So I feel like it's something that you need to go straight to source about and ask for what you need. And it may not be specifically about this person. It could be just love or anything. That's just a side note because that wanted to come out, but I'm not feeling anything as far as like this situation. So I'm gonna pull again. Ask what's your advice. Okay, choose love. You always have a choice. Make yours with love. So yeah, don't settle because there's something about this guy. Like, if I'm not mistaken, you did say he was from work because I was getting work vibes from this connection and you did confirm it. If I'm not mistaken, if this is the same person, this work related energy is coming up. Because there's like boundaries here with this. It's like there's flirting, but it's like you don't take it too far. Um, I don't know if you're looking at this person as a potential option or like, should I entertain him or should I just give him a chance? Because there's some energy exchange, but it's not enough really to form something romantically because I don't really feel like you want it with this person. You want an exchange, you want a connection, but it's not so much like with this person. It's just like they're around and they might be kind of simulating certain things that you're desiring, but it's not really, it's kind of like when we want something, we're going in a store and we're looking for a specific thing, but because there's only certain options available, it's like we feel like we have to just take what's available rather than saying no, I'm gonna keep shopping around. It's kind of the vibe I get from this spirit. Is like choose love. So not choosing just because of what's available, not choosing because of limitations or scarcity or whatever. Choose love. Like choose what it is that you want and stand on that, because there's plenty of others out there, and maybe it's not an environment that you can see off top or right hand, because I'm looking at like this community of people. You can't really see it, but this community of people, and then there's a couple off to the side. It's like there's so many people available that you will find your one out of many. So it's like, don't limit yourself. If you haven't found it, don't look at it and go in the shoe store and say, okay, they don't have what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna settle because this is what they have in my size. You don't have to do that, you know? Okay. So Mirela, why did I put Myra? Mirela, that was your reading, sis. I don't know why I put Myra. Maybe that's why I said it wrong. I was like, I don't know. Rosie, let me add you to the list, sis. Yeah, why did I put that? I don't know, but I know you be working, sis. So when you see this, or you can hit me up and let me know if it resonated. Much love to you as always. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Sydney, and then we have Nancy, Tyonna, and Rosie. I don't see anyone so far other than that. Okay, so Sydney, what's up, sis? This is your reading. Okay, let's see what's going on with your situation. Holy Spirit, clear out previous energies and messages. That's for clarity for Sydney and her situation, her romantic situation. That's information that's happened to all parties involved, only for the sake of what you want her to know. What does she need to know? What's going on? Holy Spirit, thank you. Okay. Organization flew out of the deck. Okay. Acquisition. Okay. Seduction. And pull one more. Caution. Okay. So there is an air of like kind of practicality, which I feel like is a balance of that and a balance of maybe kind of that romantic energy. So there's a part of it that I feel like you're comfortable with, and there's a part of you where you might be uncomfortable with some of the maybe the emotional parts of the connection, um, kind of the unknown elements of the connection. Because there's I just get this energy with the seduction card, like this running energy. Like, what is this? This is Jupiter and Pisces. So maybe you don't want to get carried away in a fantasy or something. It's like this energy of almost running a little bit, or running from the emotions, or running from maybe like, because some people, they have a habit of immediately jumping in and start projecting a future onto someone that they don't know yet. And then there's those that kind of naturally flow into it. And then when they start to feel those things, and it's like, wait a minute, whoa, like, like we're not doing that. It's kind of like maybe you're starting to see something with this person, or the potential of something with this person, like future tense, and you're kind of like, like, is this runner energy from this? And I feel like it comes from you talking yourself into being cautious and protecting yourself and not getting carried away with this card. You see how this woman's got her hand up, and it's like all of these different creatures running towards her, but it's like she's kind of got her hand up, and these boundaries, like, wait a minute, like, let's slow down. So this person is, I feel there's a part of them that's focused on work as well. There's a part of you that's focused, like both of you guys are, and it's someone feeling like they're reaping their harvest finally. As you see these wheats, to me, that's like a sign of a harvest. So all of the things that may have been disorganized, out of place, is now finally coming into structure and coming into alignment. So both of you guys may feel that. I do feel like this person splits their time as well. There's something about this person maybe focusing on organizing their life and getting it structured. And then it's like they feel that reward of doing the work. So it could also apply to the connection as well, like them putting in the work and putting in the effort, and then wanting to see the results, the success, the harvest later. There's a practicality here, but there's also like that emotional energy, that subconscious, like go with the flow energy too with this. You both are, I feel like you guys can see each other as an ideal type, or that we go well together, we fit well together on a practical level. This is Sun and Taurus. So Sun and Taurus, they are, you know, I should say we are, because I'm a Taurus sun, but like, very relationships and partners and family and friends, like those relationships matter. And I feel that when someone is committed, they're committed, right? I kind of feel like you both are like that. When you're in it, you're in it. And you want to make sure that, you're really reading this the right way. You're seeing each other for who you are and what you are, and it's not a projection. Because again, like the seduction, it's like you don't want to get carried away. Like, wait a minute, I do not want to start thinking into stuff like this, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. And there's a little bit of a fear, but I don't feel like you have a reason to. Let's see what else. Sydney needs to know. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is your energy. You have Rosalind, conserve, chastity, serious or formal. So you're taking this very seriously. And it's not that this person is not serious. I don't know. I just get like it could be a fear of something like reaching the next level, or what that next level would look like. There's a little bit of a caution, or like, let me wait, let me slow down, let me pull myself back. It could be coming from them too, but I don't feel that. Seek, search, encounter, or chase. They could be getting advice too, because there's something like this person wants to make sure that, they're moving wisely and all of that, because you both see, like, it's the right word. I wouldn't say potential, but yeah, in a sense, I guess potential. Like you see all the good in each other. You could see the potential in this connection coming together, and like the qualities of each other. You feel like they match very well. And there's like this practicality, it's a seriousness to it, but at the same time, it's like um you guys are feeling something that's making you feel out of control, because as thus far it's kind of been like you've been building a connection with each other that does feel at home. It feels safe. It feels like, oh, this is practical, it's normal. Two people that have things in common, and this and that. It's like it makes sense up until this point. Now it's like, well, wait a minute, now I'm starting to feel this and I'm starting to feel that. Now I'm scared, because it's taking you both out of that practical state. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay, let's see. What's on this person's heart and mind that Sydney needs to know, Holy Spirit, that you want her to know? What do you want her to know where this person's at concerning her mentally, emotionally? What do you want her to know concerning this person? What do you want her to know? What do you want her to know? Okay. So I don't know if you have like, or one of you could be insecure about another person, because you have, if there was someone else, you would definitely know. And the player lifestyle is just not for me. So if you're wondering, like, is this person trustworthy? I'm getting a yes, because at the bottom of the deck, the Romeo and Juliet deck was reconciled. So it says resolving conflicts and letting go of the past and forget the hate. So it's kind of like this fear of moving forward, moving into something different. But I feel like the advice is for both of you to let go of your fears and let go of the past. Because I'm not getting anything cautioning the both of you not to move forward. I feel like it's a fear not to, or not to go too far. It's something with that, like, okay, I don't know what's next here, and I'm kind of like unsure, uncertain. If you need to give yourself a time, like, to pause and to, like, sit with yourself or reflect. Hey, it's okay. No, I see it. I got you. The list is still open, so you're not too late. All right, let me see here. What is the advice? Yeah, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with you, like, reflecting and sitting with yourself. If you need to, like, sort through your emotions, sort through your thoughts. Let's see. New love. Look, it says embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for your spiritual growth. So it's funny that it says embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects and for spiritual growth. So the fear is the unknown, yes, but it's also like maybe thus far what this person has shown you that they do have an effect on you in a positive way, but it's like a fear, okay, well, what if they have an effect on me in another way? And maybe you just don't feel ready or you're not sure about what it's going to take you. But I feel like you'll know when you're ready, because I feel like spirit is encouraging you to embrace this person rather than not. With this new love card, it says embrace this new opportunity, or embrace an opportunity. I feel like it's really when you're at a place where you're like, okay, I'm not gonna like hold myself to fear or hold myself to caution in that sense where it's not really warranted. So when you feel within yourself where you kind of release whatever it is that's kind of holding you back, you'll know if you should or when you should rather embrace this. And if this person is really like a good guy and this is somebody that is good for you, that spirit is, presenting to you, they'll be patient with your process. Because I don't feel like spirit wants you to necessarily rush into anything, but they don't want you to try to like force the flow and the movement of it either, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Hopefully that makes sense, sis. Follow up with me. Let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. All right, Rosie, let's see what's going on. And I just got Monica. Hey, Monica. All right, so I'm going to add Monica to the list. Um, Let me update it so you guys can see where I'm at. I used to do that, but it's a lot of work to do that. But I used to do that. I used to update it as I go along. So if anybody missed it, they can just go back. Let me see. Okay, that's the updated list. So Nancy, you're up next. Then Tyonna, Rosie, and Monica. Okay. 37, 33. Okay, let's see. Nancy. Where are you at, Nancy? I spelled your name wrong, Sid. My bad. Gotta fix it. Um, Let me find you. Let me find you. Jennifer. No, that's old. That was 4 days ago. Oh, sorry, Nancy. Okay. All right. Let me change your timestamp. Okay. So, Nancy, your question was how does this person feel and view you? How does this person feel and how do they view you? So, let's clear up previous energies and ask for permission to tap in. Holy Spirit, ask for permission to tap into Nancy and her person in question. Just what do you want her to know? Where this person is at with their feelings towards her? Where's their heart concerning her? What do you want her to know about where this person's heart is concerning her? And how they're viewing her. What does she need to know? Oof. Dang it. Okay, I'm not going to take all of these. Dang. Okay, I'm going to just honor what I'm getting. I'm getting 5 cards. I'm just going to honor it. Okay? Don't nobody feel no type of way if I didn't pull the same. I pull as I'm led. Like how many cards? I just go off of that because it's a reason why these are coming out. But I can't take all the other ones though. Companionship. Okay, there's some naked people just minding you. Practicality. Influence. Seduction. You know what? Let me sit with these. I want to make sure I'm not picking up on the last read. Protection. I'm getting similar energy just a little bit. Yeah. I feel like this person's feelings towards you is that they did feel like a connection, or they do. It's like a genuineness. behind it, like a natural chemistry, or just where you're drawn to a person and it feels natural. It seems, yeah, it seems organic, like organic pull towards people. Um, One that is sexual or attraction based, and one that is also like because you genuinely like a person for who they are underneath the surface of things. But at the same time, it's kind of like this person doesn't really feel safe to give themselves to one person. It's like they would rather give themselves kind of in a surface level to many people than to give themselves intimately and vulnerably with one person, if that makes sense. And I feel like this comes from a place of protection because this is kind of a cliche thing, but I am getting like mommy issues from this, where the mother, like whether they were a nurturer or they felt like the mother was smothering, so they're turned off by maybe nurturing femininity, or it kind of triggers this response of, this makes me think of my mother and I don't like feeling like this, where their mother's feminine or nurturing could have been, let's okay, I don't want to say false nurture or false mothering, but like how some mothers they want to love their kids and they're you know kissing on their cheeks and oh my baby, and the baby is like 21 years old and it's like ma, like I get, you know there's nothing wrong with a mother showing affection, but some of it could be overbearing, right? Or being too involved in their child's life when they're growing up, or inserting too much and sheltering and smothering. There's an excess of energy. So when someone comes along, it kind of exhibits maybe similar traits to that, where the woman becomes maybe clingy or maybe not. It could be a healthy, nurturing, feminine energy, but it triggers that response like, oh no, I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to feel smothered or stuck. And I feel like this person responds that way. So they might be more attracted to feminine energies that are more um, like this independent. I don't care what you do, what you're up to. Like, yeah, I'm good with seeing you once a week. I don't really care. Or we can just kick it. We can just have sex or whatever. It's kind of that. I get that from this. Like with this mother card, protection, and the tiger is at the bottom of the deck. Maybe their mom was very overly protective, kind of controlling in a way, smothering. So they like surface level connections, and they're good with like maybe that. So they feel like right now they're not someone that is able to, even though they might like it, maybe they might desire it, having that person that's for them, the Adam, the Eve to their Adam or whatever. Like, no. Because this person is attracted to you, they're drawn to you, and they also genuinely like you as a person. Like I said, there's this organic vibe to it, but there's also this like, no, I'm gonna protect myself. No, I'm like the way that they vibe with partners, or the way like their type of companionship that they go for is surface level, no strings attached. Let's see. Nancy. Nancy. Okay. Love at first sight. Okay, I'm just cringing reading the title, not the love at first sight, but like the other, like the keywords. So I'm gonna read it, even though it's cringy. It says twin flame and mirror souls. So this person and you could have had kind of this instant attraction or instant recognition with one another. But I'm not implying like twin flame stuff. I'm not implying that, like, I don't really get into all that stuff. I feel that it's kind of it's not a healthy thing for some people. You know what I mean? The concept of twin flames or the ideologies behind it, I don't feel like it's a healthy thing. But that's just my opinion. And from experience with people, I just don't. I feel though, like scratching all the earthly titles of relationships and connections, organically, I do feel like there was a, where you recognized each other spiritually, or you felt an instant connection. It was something within the both of you that felt that instant connect, right? This person very well could have met you and felt like you could be their one, or there's something about you that fits a description of the one, right? And vice versa. You could have felt that as well. But you're connecting, or you connected with someone that has this issue that predates you. You're not the genesis of this trigger. You just trigger what's already existing in this person before any woman they've ever dated, fell in love with, slept with. Their mother, I feel like, kind of plays a role in their lack of commitment and their desire to commit, the fear of commitment and what that means, because to them there's something about it that feels limiting and smothering in a sense. It they don't feel liberated in connections. They feel imprisoned by them. And nurturing and receiving love and protection and grace, whatever they associate with that mothering energy, when a woman exhibits that, maybe even the healthy and the unhealthy, they run from it regardless. They don't deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. So if this person has ever, you felt like this person was into you and then they pulled back or something, or at certain points, I, would want you to kind of like reflect on those times and to see like, okay, was I, and this is not to shame yourself, but this is like to identify how this person, maybe what they're triggered by. And it's not for you to stop it per se. If it's something that is unhealthy, and it comes from a place of maybe abandonment issues, and you feel like you have to cling on or do more, this person will feel that. But if it's a genuine, like, you being receptive and being open in a natural way, and there's no, attachment, controlling energies, emotionally controlling, or over giving or overextending to yourself, then it's like, okay, I notice at times when I, show up vulnerably and emotionally, this person runs. They get triggered. They stop talking to me. Or if it's an unhealthy thing where it's like, I text this person, I'm always the one texting and reaching out. This, and, implying, asking them, okay, what are we? What is this? And this person may not be making it known that they want to be in the commitment, or they made it clear that they're not looking for anything, but I'm trying to figure out, if there's anything that could come of this, or what are we? How do you see me? And this person might take that as, okay, this person is like pulling on me. They're smothering me. You know what I mean? Because I just get like, this person, they do this, and this is not a you thing. This is any woman that has any energy of like a nurturer, or in the shadow parts of it, clingy, and being emotionally imbalanced, if that makes sense, needy, or they will ghost. Spirit, what do you want her to know? This person's truth, or what this person has on their heart and minds. Okay, so I guess this card did want to come out because it came out the first time. It says, I get jealous over you. Okay, there is someone else dating exclusively or multiple people. I have something special I want to gift you. So this person, it's one of those things like where a person genuinely likes you, and it's like they don't want you to go anywhere else, but they are keeping their options open, whether they're literally dating right now. I feel like this person is still open to dating people, even if they're not actively dating anyone right now or dating more than one. It's like there is this openness to do that, but they don't want you to move on or to entertain or to have someone else. They will be jealous because they genuinely do like you, but the toxic part of it is like, okay, well, if we're not together or we're not exclusive, you can't be jealous if I'm also dating and keeping my options open. It's not fair to the other person, right? I have something special I want to gift you. I don't get like literal, like a gift. It could be doing something for you, wanting to. And I feel like this person may have, if not did nice things for you, because I kind of feel like they do, that could be to keep your focus or your attention on them. If they do things like this, or they have in the past. Okay, let's see. What is your advice? Let's see. Get some sound advice. You have, what is it? So I have something special I want to gift you. the I get jealous over you, and then there's someone else dating exclusively or multiple people. So it doesn't have to be that they are doing that right now. I feel like this person is open to it. Just first card out, like you see all these other women, and at the bottom it's just two hands at the bottom, and it's like all these others. I feel like this person is a commitment phobe, and they have their reasons, that I was picking up on. But not saying that it's right or wrong. That's just what I'm getting, just reading the energy. But yeah, let's see. What's some sound advice? You're welcome. No problem. Let's see. What is it that Nancy needs to know about person in question? Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Yeah. I also feel like this person triggers you too. So whenever this person, let's say you feel, whether they know they're doing this or not, when this person kind of gives you the feeling of being rejected, or whenever you express your emotions, or whenever you open or allow yourself to be vulnerable with them or to embrace them in some type of way, you might feel like they push you back energetically, or they do something that implies like you shouldn't have done that, or it makes you feel that way, that rejection, right? Also embrace your emotions with yourself and how you feel. Maybe even the aftermath of that. Like, okay, I opened up to this person, or I tried to give this a chance, or I said, or I expressed my feelings and this person did this, or whatever it is. And it's not to push you into a place of shame. And if you feel shamed or rejected, like, sit with those emotions, like, allow yourself to deal with it as it comes up, because I feel like that's what it's for the most part. Like, it's for you to sit with it, like, okay, this person made me feel this, and it's not to internalize it and just stuff it down and just keep it there, or go into the victim state that we can go into when we feel rejected. What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Why is this person acting like this? And then maybe even blame shifting. Oh, why are they doing this? They're doing this to me and they're acting like this. It's like, okay, feel all of that, but at the same time, shaming the emotions is not going to help, right? So I feel like spirit is saying to embrace your emotions, meaning like with open arms as a mother with their child. When a child has something, they're crying or they hurt themselves, the mom is going to be, what's wrong? And be nurturing, like, what's wrong? What did you do? Some moms do. And that could be a response due to many different things. But if you think of a nurturing mother, and going again back to that mothering, where you nurture yourself back into that state. What's wrong? What's going on with you? Like, you genuinely care about how you feel, rather than going, oh, you're so stupid. Why do you feel like that? Why? You shouldn't be feeling like that. Instead of it, it's like, okay, what's going on? Let's check in with ourselves. Like, what's up? And be honest with yourself. That really hurt me. That made me really feel bad. And then you get to that other place where you lovingly affirm yourself and say, okay, it hurts, it stings, it hurts like hell. But don't carry that weight, you know? And if this person is not able to embrace or accept me as I am in a healthy way, when in a genuine state, then maybe they're not for me, or they have their own issues that they have to tend to or deal with. But I can't carry the burden of that. That's not healthy, like. So, yeah, spirit wants you to embrace your emotions when they arise, like when they surface, when certain emotions surface, really sit with them and be genuine with yourself. And even the beautiful feelings, like some things, like you can filter through those as well. Like, is it the right time for me to express this, or why do I want to express this to this person? you know like, give yourself, like, relationship with yourself. Like, some people might think this is a bit extreme to process your emotions and your thoughts, and not to the point where you're obsessing and you're over analyzing every single thing in your life, but it's almost like where you have a relationship with yourself. You understand yourself. Like, not everything needs to be expressed right in that moment. Some things are meant to be, filtered within yourself, sorted through within yourself. And then you're like, okay, is this the right time? Or is this the right tone? Should I say this? And granted, like, we're human. We might have those moments where we do things and just say it out of our mouth, or we might get upset and lash out or do whatever. But oftentimes, like, when we're constantly contemplating something and we desire to share things with people and be vulnerable with people, you have to understand that, okay, there's a risk to this. And I always tell people this: when you genuinely want to share something with somebody, do it for you, not because you're looking for a reaction or you're looking for validation or you're looking to sway a person's mind or feelings into something, but you're simply expressing because you want to free yourself. You are giving yourself that right to express yourself and speak your truth. It may not resonate, it may not be accepted, and you have to be okay with that. And in some things, in some cases, again, it's like, okay, is this the right time for that? Is this the right, you know, you know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, sis. I know that probably was a lot, but I hope that was helpful nonetheless. Okay. All right. I know that was too much, but I hope that was helpful. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So much love, Nancy. I'm sending you love and peace. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe as always. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next read. Let me see. Rosie, Monica. Okay. So Tyonna, Rosie, and then Monica. The list is still open. I have 4 more. Yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 4 more spots available if anybody's interested. Okay. Tyonna, I think you had questions. Let me go. Let me see what your question was. Much love to you too, sis. Take care. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on with you and your partner. Let's clear out previous energies and messages. Holy Spirit, what is it that you want Tyonna to know in regards to her and her partner's connection? What do you want her to know? What's the energy? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. You have power. Okay. Yeah. Quite a few cards. Power. You have manipulation. You have ostentation. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Ostentation. Okay, I'm probably not saying that right. I need to look that word up. Harmony, excitement, and discrimination. Okay. So the basis, I feel like I'll get into the basis of this, like, what's going on the deeper surface, but on the surface level of this situation or just the energy right now between you and your partner, there is a little bit of like power plays between the two of you where I feel like, because you got the manipulation card, and I feel like this could be your partner because this is a masculine energy. And then you have the woman with the power card, but she's resting. So power isn't in control or manipulating things to go in your favor in your way. And I feel like your partner might kind of use some of their power, which could be, anything that you feel like this person has over you. It could be their words, their charm. It could be through sex. It could be something. Because you have Jupiter and Scorpio. So this person is very good with like, I'm getting like this magician type vibe, like utilizing like just it's I don't like that. I don't like it. I have to be real, but everybody has the ability to kind of slip into that power of manipulation to get their way with their partners and do things that are a little like, instead of dealing with the real issue. So they are being manipulative. This is Scorpio energy in its shadow, in its finest. Okay. And they are not exempt from using like spiritual manipulation. That doesn't mean that they're doing witchcraft, like with their hands and with candles and with sigils, but their energy, they're using it to like sway you into things or to twist your mind into thinking like, okay, I know I said this, but why are you tripping and blah blah. Like, I don't like that. And I feel like you can kind of get into it with him and kind of like get on his level with that. But because you're both operating in Scorpio energy, which is weird. Like, look at both of these are 8th house cards, which is Scorpio. Yours is Moon in Scorpio, though theirs is Jupiter in Scorpio energy. Your power is in just not participating and just being like, I'm not going to allow you to like sway me. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to combat. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to be like, okay. And kind of just not do nothing, but in a sense, yeah, kind of like don't do anything. There's power in you chilling and falling back, where this person might be doing things and manipulating and trying to, get a rise out of you or saying things that make them feel like they're in control of the situation. When the key thing here is the reason why this person is doing it, the purpose behind it is this person wants movement. They want things to go in a specific way, but they don't have, it's like this person lacks faith in a sense, or they don't allow spirit to participate in their life and create the movement with them. They don't know how to co-create. They don't know how to trust in the divine. Because if you look at this card, I feel like this is their energy with the excitement card. It has this, it looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a heavenly figure or not, but that's kind of the energy that I get from this, where they don't allow spirit to create the flow in their life or to bring in the blessings. It's like they feel like they have to control and manipulate their way through life. And they're doing it with their relationship where they want some type of movement with your connection. They may kind of get a rise or, they get aroused or excited when there's drama or that makeup to breakups, or if not that toxic, they like a little bit of drama. Like it kind of turns them on. Um, but the biggest thing here is that this person, they have to understand, this person has to understand what makes a harmonious connection, and it's not through manipulation. It's not what brings the harmony into the connection. It's not going to give them that which they really seek, which they really want. And then you want the harmony too as well. But I feel like this energy for you, with the discrimination, is to kind of like, it's something about growth here. This connection can kind of be triggering you not to fall back into old habits in relationships with partners, or knowing when to stand in your power. And standing in your power is not always to fight back, literally get in the ring. Sometimes it's like falling, like letting them be their own downfall, let them fight themselves and step out of the ring and just watch them like fight themselves. So I get like there's something deeper happening. So underneath the surface, you have this card right here. There's a woman underneath the surface and a woman at the top of the surface. You are in control, but how you're in control is, I feel like it's not from a place of manipulation. It's from a place of groundedness. I want to look up what that word means because I could be wrong about it, but I want to look it up. Because I'm reading these intuitively, but I want to see what that word means. Ostentation. Let me see. Mm, okay. So the meaning of ostentation is a excessive display, vain and unnecessary show, especially for the purpose of attracting attention, admiration, or envy. Pretentious. Okay. So yeah, I feel like spirit wants you to walk your talk. It's one thing like, how do I explain this? I'm not getting that you're being pretentious, but like when you heal or certain things, you have the knowledge and the wisdom of certain things, but it's one thing to actually walk in that. So it's like this connection could be kind of triggering that, or feeling like a little bit of a testy energy where you might have dealt with certain things that this person is showing you, like the manipulation tactics and things like that. You've dealt with this before. So it's like you know better now, or you you've healed past it, you've matured past it, or you understand it. So it's now like, okay, now walk in it. Really walk in this. And I feel like how you know that you've really grown past it and you no longer are affected by manipulative tactics by partners or even people in general, is that you don't get in the ring with them. You don't play their game back with them. Let them be their own fool. This person has to learn something, and so do you, but just different ways. Harmony, the excitement, or this future that this person desires is not going to come through in the ways of this manipulative behavior. They're not going to get that with you. They are not going to be able to play toxic games with you like they're used to with people or their last partners or whatever. It's not going to work between the two of you. And I feel you don't have the power or the ability to do that anymore. You just don't have the energy to do it anymore. Your power comes from being grounded, not participating in it. Just like you can be your own fool. I hope I'm describing this clear, because I get it, but it's hard to describe it. So let me know if it makes sense. Okay. Yep. See, I'm using the Romeo and Juliet card. So one of the characters here, it says Prince of Cats, fashion and aggressiveness. So again, this person could use charm. This person could they could be prone to, I'm getting like pimpish behavior. So I don't know if this person in their heyday was like a really big player where they kind of, a little bit of a gigolo type energy where they get things out of women, or they gather up, like, they have like a roster or a harem of women that play different roles in their life, or throughout their life they kind of were able to use women to do certain things for them. So the vibe that I get from this person is like they're trying that old shit on you, and you've already been there, done that, either with them before, or you're used to these manipulation tactics from men in general, partners that you've been with. So instead of getting involved and participating in it, your power is in not doing anything, kind of just allowing them to play their own stupid game. Okay. I didn't even get to all the other cards because I feel like it took me all that just to get to that. Let's see. Okay. I'm quite curious about you. I didn't expect for you to have such an impact in your life. So this person is still into you. They're still interested. It's the toxic ways of getting what they want. We don't understand sometimes like our patterns, like the things that we're used to, or like the way that we used to be is not something that when we mature and we grow older, we can't move like that. There's a point in time where you have to grow up and see that, the error in our ways and certain things. If we want healthy things, we got to change certain ways about us. And I feel like because it's always worked, this old method of manipulation and in their partnerships and things like that, it's worked, and they're trying to carry it into a situation where they may want healthy things, where they want harmony, where they want excitement, where they want joy. They're bringing all that into it, and it can't move forward like that. And you might make them feel a little bit out of sorts, out of control, or not in control, or as powerful as they may think they are at times, like through their manipulation. You might have an impact on this person that does kind of show them like, okay, I need to grow up, or, it's something that kind of triggers the ego. I would say with this, like, yes, the wisest thing to do is to not participate in it and like fall into the drama and get into it with them and try to keep up. And let's say, for instance, this person plays these games of, um, I'm going to pretend like there's some other woman that's after me and they want me because I'm not getting the attention I want from you. So let me pretend like there's a woman at work that's into me and she all up in my face and doing this and doing that, and I'm bringing her up just to get a rise out of you, get a reaction out of you. You could easily be like, oh, who is she? And start going and searching on their Facebook and their Instagram likes and doing all this, or going through their phone. That would be participating in it because they're trying to get attention from you, rather than getting attention from you in a healthy way and just telling you, babe, I don't feel like, you're really giving me attention, or I don't feel like we're as close as we used to. I don't really feel like you're attracted to me. for y'all to have that conversation and fix it, but they result to manipulative shit, which it just brings more drama. You want to be careful with that type of energy, because it will pull you into some other things. Like I said, who is this woman? Who is this, getting all into it, getting into jealousy, stalking the other woman and trying to figure out who she is. Like, it's unnecessary stuff. So I feel like to break that is to not participate in it. Like, oh, really? Okay, you got a little fan. Like, you don't even give into it. It's like, stop. This person has to grow up out of whatever that manipulative energy is that they're in, that they're used to operating in. They gotta grow out of that. And for you, you have, and I feel like spirit is kind of like, okay, well, walk it. It's one thing to know, have the knowledge and the wisdom of it, but let's walk it. Spiritual connection, a relationship or a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So you and this person are deeply connected. There is a soul connection or soul tie to this person, which is why I do feel like you have to be mindful. Because this person, they can be toxic. And I feel like maybe in certain ways you've been through the toxic energy, or you've been toxic as well alongside with your partners as well. But there's a part of you that I feel doesn't identify with that. You can't get pulled into that. It's like it's something that doesn't feel right to you anymore. So you guys have the power to influence each other. It's just who's going to influence who and in what way. In a positive way or in a dark, negative way. You're more mature than your person is spiritually, and maybe in a lot of ways. Your person is learning from you. So I do believe when you don't give into this person's manipulation tactic, it will break them out of that. Because there's something about being able to actually have a harmonious relationship. It is. You guys might kind of have this agreement, or there's something about maybe teaching this person something healthy, at least, because they're shaking hands. Although she's like a different part of the earth, like she's like a tree and some other things, and he's like a tree and a waterfall. So it's like you're of the same space and realm, but you're two different elements at the same time. So it's like coming together, finding harmony. Like, we're in the same environment, we're in the same space, but we're two different things in this big grand creation. Can we coexist, or how can we coexist in a healthy way? So I hope that makes sense, sis. That was pretty winded. So you want to know about, I think you asked about a friend. Let me see. Where is it at? Your best friend. Why is your best friend acting strange? What's going on with your best friend? What do you need to know? Let's see. Why is Tyonna's best friend asking permission to tap into her energy? Let's clear all previous energies and messages. Spirit, thank you. What do you want her to know? What's going on with her friend's behavior that you want her to know? What does she need to know about her friend's behavior, her best friend? The lust card flew out of the deck. I don't know why. I'm going to pull more cards and see why that card came out. Because endurance, companionship. I don't know if this person is in a relationship or dealing with a lover, like not in a serious commitment. They're dealing with somebody that maybe they shouldn't really. Let's see. What is going on with Tyonna's best friend? Seduction. Yeah, I don't get anything about the two of you. The first card that flew out was the lust card. Like, it flew out like this. You saw it. So I'm going to put it up here first. Then you have companionship. You have endurance. And you have seduction. So whatever is going on between you and your friend, I don't feel like it's something personal, like, a dislike towards you or to what I'm getting from this. And if you're watching, you can correct me if I'm wrong, or you can hit me up, sis, and let me know. I feel like your best friend, she's dealing with somebody. If they're not her partner, it's just somebody she's dealing with. and this someone that she shouldn't be dealing with. It's like it's unnecessary like drama. It's unnecessary. Like this person could just be someone that she's holding on to and like really working hard to like tame or to like commit or be a good man or to stop cheating or just stop messing around. Or if they feel like they're competing with other women, it's like you should only want me and see me. And they could be resulting in like using tactics such as like, let me do something different with my hair, let me get my fitness on, let me do this, and let me, and it's in attempts to get this man to only focus on them. One thing that I learned is you cannot stop a man from lusting over other women by also participating in lustful behavior, like thinking that because your ass is big, he's going to stop looking at other asses. Like, no, you're just feeding into the madness. You know what I mean? So I feel like this woman, you know, whoever your best friend is, I don't feel like the strangeness towards you is personal towards you. It's like, oh, you know, those friends that kind of get caught up in men or a man. It could just be that one man. They may have never been this way with any other man, but this one man just kind of drags them in the mud, and it kind of pulls them from their other relationships around them, their friendships, their family, and they're all about this man, or they're willing to like dog out their friends for this one man. And I feel like it's just no good. This is a no good man I'm picking up on. This is like drama. It's very competitive, but not towards you. I don't get like competitiveness towards two friends, getting competitiveness over other women. You see, it's all these naked women in these cards. There's like a multitude of them up here. There's one right here. There's one right here with the seduction and lust card, companionship. Yeah. I feel like your friend's situation, like spirit wants you to know that the strange, how she's acting strange has nothing to do with you personally. And if it's she's not acting funny towards you, she just might be acting different and not herself. It's because she's caught up in some, you know, a man that's not good for her. Not at all. Not at all. This is whoever this dude is not good for her. Um, and I feel like she's trying to convince him to get his act together through doing things to get his attention and change her look to be more, you know, seductive, something about her body, her hair, maybe, something sexual in the bedroom, like whatever it is to get this man to to get to become tamed, to become this, you know, this man that she wants and to compete with potential other women. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to clarify the tarot. This is my first time using the tarot tonight because I've not used the tarot in a minute. Let's see. Let's see. 9 of Wands, undecided, need to take a step out of the situation. Then you will see more clearly. The High Priestess, highest card. Okay. How powerful, good or bad, secrets being revealed, weighed down with problems, very heavy load. So, yeah, I feel like Spirit wants you to kind of take a step back for a second from this because I just get like, if you're trying to, let's say for instance, you know that you're friends with a no good dude, but you don't know how it's affecting her, or maybe you do. And instead of her valuing your friendship or like, you know, her putting you in one of her priorities, it's kind of like maybe you feel pushed out. Spirit is saying to step away, step out of it because there's something that you may know this. I feel like you sense something is up with your friend connected to a partner, or maybe you've already kind of told her this, or she's kind of implied certain things to you that have given you this impression that something is unhealthy. There's going to be things that are revealed to you, or they're just going to naturally come out, or she's going to tell you. Yeah. Yes, the list is still open. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I think we okay. I wanted to check. I had to check from my other phone just to make sure. My mic turned off. I don't know why. Yeah, if you guys don't hear me, let me know. Like if I'm reading and the sound goes out, let me know because it should be fully charged. It wasn't on. I don't know why it turned off. Okay, Rosie, let's do your read. Okay. Do. All right, where is Rosie? Okay. Rosie, you're following me on Instagram, right? Because I forgot you're in the Arizona, you're in the Phoenix area too. Or at least I think. I'm doing like a roll call and just trying to see everyone that is in the AZ Phoenix area or the surrounding areas. Okay. All right. Well, keep posted, sis. Keep posted. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on with you and your person. Let's see. Rosie and her person. I clear all previous energies and messages. I clear all previous energies and messages. What do you want Rosie to know? What is it that you want Rosie to know, Holy Spirit? What is that you want her to know? Okay. Versatility, achievement, order, ostentation, and inspiration. Okay. Not seeing anything that's like something messed up, something going wrong. So versatility, achievement, order, ostentation, inspiration. I do feel like, you know how certain relationships, they have their seasons maybe where it's not always, you know, excitement, it's not always, you know, flirty and romantic. Could be like those moments that might be perceived as dull. um there is something that requires nurturement, because if you look at the order card, there's different plants on each level, like different types of plants. So what that means to me is like your connection will go through many different seasons, and there's certain, like, when it comes to communication, that's a plant. When it comes to sex and in the romance and passion, that's a different plant. When it comes to stability and finances and whatever levels else of your connection, that's a different type of plant. So they require different types of nurturing. Does that make sense? Like with an orchid is not going to be treated the same way or survive in the same environment as a rose would, right? Or a sunflower or a daisy would, or whatever, right? A carnation. They're all going to be treated. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, my little mic, it's low. I need to charge it. It's low. But yeah, so what I was getting, like, this represents different levels of your connection or different aspects of your connection, and they all require different levels of nurturing. So I'm not really sure with if that makes sense and how this applies to the lack of passion, because I'm not saying like the lack of passion is like a dangerous thing, you know, because I don't really get the energy of lack per se. It just kind of feels like, you know, sometimes there might be a stage where it's not like the sex and stuff is not really emphasized at certain points. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person is not physically attracted to you or you're not physically attracted to them. And if the passion is you guys don't, you know, do things together, there's no fun and excitement in that sense. There's other parts of the connection where other things are needed to be prioritized, or I'm just getting like you have to nurture your connection, like certain parts of it different. And that could even be too, like as an individual, one partner might be into the sex and wanting, you know, sex often, or one partner might be like, yeah, where I used to want to do that in the beginning, or just right now in this phase of my life, like sex is not important. I'm stressed out at work, or I'm focused on a hobby and I'm not really, you know, in that space right now. And the other partner's like, what's going on? Like, what's up? Or we used to always go out. We used to like do things together. We used to hike. We used to do this together. Like, what's up? It doesn't always have to be something bad happening. I feel like it could be something pertaining to the individual going on with them, where it's not something that they're taking out on the other partner, or that it's something wrong with the other partner per se. You might be inspired to bring something back. I don't know if you're into dancing or something. It doesn't have to be like going out dancing. It could be taking some type of class for yourself. I'm like seeing yoga, I'm seeing dance. Could be some type of like sexy type of like erotic dances. It could be belly dancing. It could be like sacred, some type of sacred dancing that you resonate with for yourself. And it could also benefit the connection, or spirit is calling you to find passion and inspiration in other things. Because to be honest, I don't see anything wrong with the connection. Like, I'm not seeing lack. It might not be something going on right now, but it's not a lack. Does that make sense? Let's see. For sin, cunning, the dark side of human. So it may be something going on with your person. Poison, harmful, destructive. And it might not be that deep. I don't know. Your person could be a drinker. They might be depressed. Like, some of these things have nothing to do with you. Or they might fall or be prone to fall into depressive states sometimes. Yeah, because I don't feel like this is something wrong with the connection per se, more than it is the person. And in order to bring that balance and structure into your connection, again, it's like it requires nurturing. And what might have worked the last season, what might have brought you guys together may not work years from now. It might be something else that you guys kind of grow into, or find that this method, you know, works. It brings balance. It helps us communicate. It helps us talk more. Where some couples find like therapy is their thing. Maybe later years down the line, therapy just doesn't work. Or maybe the therapist, maybe they need to switch it up. Or date nights, you know, that doesn't always fix the issue. Whereas maybe 2 months ago it did, but it doesn't work now. So what is it that's going to help us come together as a couple, or should we do other activities? You know, it's something that requires nurturing, and it's not going to be the same thing always, right? But I really honestly, the truth is, I feel like wherever the lack of passion is because maybe your person doesn't have it right now within themselves. It's something personal to them. It's an individual thing. Yeah. Let's see. Where's this person at? See where they're at. The spirit wants you to know where they're at, how they feel, what's going on in their heart space concerning you. How will we ever get it together? Okay. So they are concerned about keeping things together between the two of you. I talk about you only to those who truly matter to me. So this person may like consult and talk to friends, and I feel like this person has nothing but loving things to say about you. Yeah. They might have insecurities. Is there someone else? Question mark. I've never experienced true unconditional love before, and I'm very stuck in my ways. Yeah. It's something with this person. I do get that. I don't want to diagnose anybody. You know better than anybody. This is your partner. You know. They might deal with depression or some form of it. I kind of get that. Like this person can fall into traps of, you know, feeling despair or just feeling a lack of passion for life or passion for things at times. They may deal with their insecurities. I feel like with the how will we ever get it together, your person does genuinely want you guys to work together and come together and have a happy relationship, have a harmonious connection. They do. So let me see, what's your advice? And I'm sorry for the mic cutting out because I had to explain the plant part again. So I hope you heard it. Let's see. What is Rosie's advice? Be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Yeah. And that brings me back to this card. The ostentation. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Ostentation. I just looked up what the word meant in the last read. The last woman, Tyonna, I read for her. This card came out and I was guided to look up the definition of this word. And basically it means like where people put on, you know, to be pretentious, to be more attractive, or to cause envy. And I'm getting like spirit wants you to be authentic. This is not about a perfect relationship or proving, maybe if not to others, definitely not others, but also not to yourself, that okay, I can have this perfect relationship. Spirit wants y'all to be as raw and honest as you can with yourselves and with each other, because that's what's really going to bring about the breakthrough with one another. Again, the plants. If you don't know about the plant, you know, that you own, that you have, you're not going to know how to take care of it, right? So if I'm not really being honest in how I feel or what's going on with me or what I need, how is anybody going to be able to help? How am I going to be able to help myself? And this could definitely pertain to your person as well. But yeah, I do get that this is a personal thing with your person, and it's not anything damaging in a sense of like, oh no, it's always going to be this way and there's no way to fix it. It's more so like where the person is with themselves and how they feel. And spirit could be calling you like on the external level to kind of find your passions and things individually as well for yourself. And somehow maybe that will rub off on this person. And it's not saying to neglect your partner, because going back to the plant, I feel like you both need to know what you need and how you feel and what's going on. But you can only help someone as much as they want to help themselves, right? When you're in a partnership, like they have to want to help themselves. They have to be vulnerable with you and vice versa, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me know, sis, if that resonated with you. Let me know. Okay. All right, Miss Rosie. But yeah, keep posted, sis. you and your person might benefit from, you know, I'll share, I'll let you know. Yes. I apologize. I need to charge this little one because I like that it cuts out the sound of the AC in the background and stuff. It eliminates noise in the back. That's why I like that little mic. So I'm gonna charge it. All right, Miss Rosie. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead, ease on down the road. Simone, thank you, sis. I see you. Okay, so Monica, Viviana, and Simone. If anybody's interested, technically I have 2 spots left because I usually take 11 people. So after Simone, that would make Simone's the 9th person, so that would leave 2 spots, 10 and 11. All right, the timestamps might be a little bit off. All right, Monica, I know yours is a single read, so let's get it. Let's see what's going on with your single season, what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Monica needs to know, Holy Spirit, we clear our previous energies and messages. Ask for divine permissions happen to Monica's energy, her single season, what you want her to know. Ooh, okay. Originality and birth. Beautiful. I already have a message from that straight away. Let's keep pulling though. Okay. Exhaustion. Oh, okay. I likes it. Okay. Rebellion. Okay, so Spirit could be dropping like messages to you about, like, you might be coming across a lot of messages. So if you're coming across messages like embracing yourself, your authentic self, or you're beautiful as you are, or you're special, like you're coming across messages like that, whether these are like personal, like people saying these things or complimenting you about your uniqueness, how you're unique, how you're significant, how you're special to them, or you're hearing songs or music implying. One of the songs that just popped up in my head just now is Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? And that's a song about his daughter when his daughter was born. But I'm getting like, this is messages coming from the heart of God to you, because this is, it says the originality, and it's like the creator, the inventor here carrying the message. And then the birth card is someone birthing something, or a child rather. This angel looks like an angelic being with a baby in its womb, and this baby is in the earth as well. So there's something about, maybe this is something to do with your identity and how you're seeing like your divine self, truly seeing how your creator sees you, and something about your value in the world and your, how you're a blessing. There's a message that's coming to you from source, and it could be coming in different forms, whatever stands out to you, whatever resonates with you. So whatever you're doing when it comes to even nurturing yourself to some extent, or really caring about your growth, nurturing yourself, taking time for you, or just giving yourself more of your time and your focus and love, is helping you. It's a growth in that. And I feel you may not see it yet, but you will. You have the moon in Taurus with the exhaustion card, what is this, number 2, which is the 2nd house. It's Taurus. Yeah, because it's the Taurus moon card. So it may not be evident yet how you treat yourself and how you care for yourself. It is coming out in maybe how you take care of your finances as well, or you look different, or how you're handling your life and your responsibilities. Like that nurturing yourself is also affecting like your money, your finances, your stability in a positive way somehow. I don't know if that makes sense. It may not be evident to you yet. You may not see your growth. You may not see the effects of what you're doing yet. The rebellion card is, I feel like Spirit is blocking people from you. People that are rebellious in spirit. And when I say rebellious, these are people that don't have a spiritual or a moral compass. They're people that don't care about consequences. They don't care about, you know, if I do something that I'll regret later, or I don't care if I hurt this person, or I could do this and she'll forgive me. Or it's like these people they lack morals and values. They lack a moral compass. This is not someone that Spirit wants you to be with, or people like this, men like this, or friends like this. People that don't answer to, like, they don't check in with their heart. They don't have, it's almost like these people are, do what I want and it is what it is. Everybody else just has to bend to my will. That's a very dangerous type of person. A lawless person. Like, yeah, I get it. Laws and regulations are not always right for people. They're not for the people, but there are laws and things that are in place for a reason. Rules that are in place for a reason. There's boundaries that are set for a reason, for healthy purposes and reasons. And I feel like these are people that have none. So Spirit is blocking these people out of your life. Could be a particular person as well. So you're asking a single question. So or just a singles read. So I'm going to switch up some of the cards that I've been using. I'm going to use my deck for a second, real quick. Let's see. Holy Spirit. Whoa. Okay, what was that? Yeah, discernment. Definitely at this time, it's like feeling into things. And if it don't feel right, you know, you're going to move in the opposite direction of it. If it's something that you feel within your spirit, like, okay, I feel this is something that I need to move towards, or this is something good, then you move towards that, right? Let's see, what else? What else do you want her to know during her single season? Consecration process, cultivation and preparation. So yeah, Spirit is like prepping you, and in that process, it's like you're being, like, certain things are being removed and extracted out of your life, out of your mindsets, your belief. Like, Spirit's extracting things that don't serve you, but also extracting out of the best in you. Like, certain things, like, Spirit is making you, it's like the process of oil, the olive, and making olive oil, turning something into sacred use. It's like all these things that maybe you feel like have been painful, which they are, you know, they, in your experience, it is a painful thing, or things where maybe you felt like these were to your detriment, or a lack of luck or lack of blessing, actually turns out for your greater good, if that makes sense. So the process of it. Let's see, what's your advice? So right now, I'm not really getting too much on, like, partners and who's coming in. I'm not really getting anything about that. I feel like right now you're being protected because you're at a different phase with yourself, which is beautiful. So when the right person comes, you'll be able to discern them, because the wrong ones, again, it's like these are people that kind of lack morals and values and boundaries. They don't answer to anything. Like, they don't have a moral compass to say this is right or wrong, or I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't want to hurt anybody. Teach me or show me how to love, or teach me to show me how to be a better person. Like, they don't have that in them, whoever these people are, unfortunately. So the Maggie, or the I always say this wrong. Basically, the Magician, signs and divine timing. So your love life is under divine timing, divine order. And at this season, and where you are within your love life is at this process where it's almost like you're a baby. You're starting fresh, you're starting over, but you're in a place of you have this childlike trust of faith. And again, I feel like Spirit wants to show you how they see you, and not like a child, like you're a dummy, because children are not dumb anyway. But when we think of like childlike state, we think that means we're regressing, or we got to grow up, or we're doing something wrong, rather than seeing it as a purity state and innocence, a time of being lighthearted in your journey, where we can kind of take things a little too seriously. Some of the best healing medicines is when you're just living your life and you're being present Conscious though, you're consciously present and you're living life. You're doing things that you enjoy. You're surrounding yourself with good people, good things, and you heal through those things. It will require you to participate to where you're just naturally healing. It's not always like sitting in a corner crying, reading a journal, reading a self-help book or whatever. Sometimes it's actively just being present in life. And not to say that those things are not being present and active in life, but being present and living and not isolating, because there is a time for isolation as well, right? But there's also a time to connect, and at least connect with healthy people and relationships. And sometimes you will be put in the lion's den sometimes around people that are not of your highest good. And when you've grown, when you've healed, you'll discern those people. You know not to hang out with them. You'll know not to allow certain people into your life. You have a better discernment about it, right? So yeah, you have purity, return to innocence. So that's where you are. And then the last card is grace, blessings, and goodwill. Okay. So you're in a blessed state, even if you don't recognize it, you don't see it. And I'm thinking about this honeycomb, and it makes me think of blessings being attracted to you. But it's because you've earned it. I shouldn't even say not earned it, like you have to work for it, but it's just like you're aligned with it. And grace oftentimes is something that's given, it's not earned. It's just a gift, right? So that's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense, sis. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so that was Monica's, your single read. Blessings to you, sis. I hope you're doing well. And all has been well with you. You're welcome. My pleasure, sis. Enjoy your week. All right. Miss Simone or Viviana. Viviana and then Simone. Sorry. Thank you for being patient, Viviana. Thank everybody for being patient. We've been on here for a little bit. It's okay. It's all good. So your question is, Viviana, what is going to happen between you and this person? Okay. Not a fortune teller. I will ask Spirit, what can you potentially expect? Like, what is it that you can potentially expect? Sometimes things that are, going to happen will come through sometimes. And I find when that happens, like when Spirit gives me future tense things in a read, it's usually because I didn't ask for it. It wanted to come. Like, it needed to come through. It wasn't because I asked it specifically. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. But let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? As far as you and this person in question. Let's clear out previous energies and messages for Viviana. Ask for permission to tap into her energy and her person of interest. What you will allow me to know and to see. To tell her. She wants to know what is going to happen between her and this person. What do you want her to know? What do you want her to know? Okay. I'm going to pull one more. I just feel that too. One more. I guess two more. Okay, because these two cards stuck together. So I'm going to take those two. Interesting. So you have versatility. You have endurance. You have romance. You have devotion. And you have convention. Okay. I feel that there's a potential of something between the two of you, maybe a little bit more than where you are. The romance card is Taurus and Venus. And Venus is Taurus's ruling planet. So you and this person could have an organic connection already, or an attraction towards each other that feels just natural. There's no force. Yet at the same time, Spirit is emphasizing for you to not conform into who you think someone would want. And that goes for any person, not just him, but with any person. Spirit wants you to be your authentic self wholly and completely, and not conform into something that you think you should be, or force anything either. With the endurance card, it's like maybe you're used to fighting for connections in a way to make it work, even though it's almost like, you sure you want to do this? Why don't you just tap out? Like you're giving too much, you know? So with this, I feel like Spirit is just giving you a natural heads up, because there is a potential of something here that might be more deeper than what is, or you guys might get closer in some instance. But the rewarding energy in that is the organic aspect of it and being the authentic self. You don't devote yourself or your energy to people or things that are not devoting themselves to you, where you're basically killing yourself, you know, giving so much of yourself where the other person is not. And I feel like that might be a cautionary thing, because that might be something that you've experienced in relationships or connections with people. Your versatility is something that Spirit is highlighting about you, like qualities about you. Your versatility. You have Sun in Gemini, and you also have Sun in Scorpio with endurance, the endurance card. Like, these are natural traits about you that are attractive, but they can also be things that you use to work against you, if not cautious about who you get with. Like, certain people might require you to overextend and overgive, using that endurance that you naturally have. Your versatility might be something that someone tells you, oh, I don't like that about you. You need to change that. You know what I mean? I don't know why Spirits bring that up. Like, what does that have to do? But it's for a reason. Let me see. What do you want her to know about her and this person? What potentially is going to happen? What do you see potentially happening or could happen? Okay. Confession of love. Say I love you. Harmful and destructive. So again, I feel Spirit wants you to get to know this person's energy more, or if you and this person are already acquainted or have been together, it's like using your discernment with this person, because there's like a trait or there's like a pattern that Spirit's trying to like bring to your attention, that you, so that you don't repeat it again. So saying I love you could be like your confession of love, your devotion to a person, you giving your heart, giving your all. But sometimes we can give it to the wrong people, or we don't fully check things out or discern things out, and then it's like this harmful thing. It can become a poisonous thing. So again, it's not to say don't be yourself or stop certain things, but there's a way to utilize your energy and not allow it to be exploited, or you to prostitute your beautiful aspects of yourself. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. So there is something that potentially I see here that could, but again, it's like Spirit is saying, but you have to be your whole and authentic self. You can't form and bend and expect something positive or something authentic to come out of that. You have to be your whole authentic self, and who's gonna love it, they're gonna love it. But it already gives me this vibe that you two have some form of connection, or there's already some type of attraction going on that doesn't really need a lot of manipulation. But I'll say this, if this person genuinely wants to rise to the occasion, they will. There's nothing that you can do or anyone else can do to kind of force them into that. It has to happen organically, whatever this is. Let's see, what is this person's energy? What does she need to know about where this person is towards her? Okay, I'm inspired by you. I've attempted to replace you with something or someone else. Okay, again, if this person is already familiar with your energy, they know you've been together, or you guys dated, or you talked, or you guys are talking in some way. This person is inspired by your authentic self. That's what attracted them to you. Something about you they were already attracted to. And maybe at the time, this person might have tried to explore their options, or this person convinced themselves that they could find that same connection or vibe with somebody else. And that turned out not to be true. So this is the plus in this. By you being your authentic self and the person being truly attracted to that, if they try to go out and find something similar, they're not going to find it, because you are your own self. You are your own versatile, unique self. So that's what I'm getting. And one other thing too, With this, I feel like what Spirit is saying, I get like this message to see the value, because I don't feel like we understand this sometimes. Like it's real simple, but we complicate things sometimes as humans, where we know that there's someone for everybody, right? That's what they say. There's someone for everybody. But we feel the pressure to still try to fit into what society says is attractive, or we try to fit into, you know, what that man that we are with or want or desire at the time. We want to be that for them. But what we're doing is, not only are we cheating ourselves from the person that will authentically, you know, love you as you are, because the person that is for you, they're going to love your authentic, pure self, like the quirkiness of you, you know, your roles, your whatever, parts about you that you think is not pretty or you think is nerdy or dorky. The person that's for you is going to love it. So when one person ridicules it and says, oh, you're too fat, or I don't like your freckles, or this or that, that's not your person. And what they're doing is doing themselves a disservice as well, because it's like they're telling you that you need to change rather than like go where you're wanted, or go to the place where you want to be. So in that, again, this is why Spirit is emphasizing, because it will reveal to you who's for you and who's not for you. When you're your authentic self, it will be a plague and a pushback to people that are not for you. The people that, but sometimes energy vampires, they get a kick out of being like, you know what I mean, like trying to control or manipulate people. But oftentimes when people don't see something that they resonate with, they'll stay away from it. The more authentic, the more people are going to go elsewhere, because everybody's used to conforming and being whatever everybody wants them to be. Everybody's used to that. Society tells you got to be skinny, or you got to be thick, or you got to be this, you got to be this skin tone, you got to have a tan, you got to whatever, right? And that's not everybody's thing. Beauty is subjective. It truly is. And not only just beauty, but like your personality, your vibe. Don't dumb yourself down to nobody. And I'm only saying this because I feel like Spirit wants you to know, like, it's bigger than just like what's going to happen between the two of you. Because scratch all of that. You can hook up, you can kick it, you can get in a relationship, but are you really going to be happy? It's just what you should ask yourself. And it's not saying that you will or you won't, but it's just an honest question. Am I going to be happy with this person? Do I even genuinely like them? It's not about do they like me and are they attracted to me? Yeah, that's a necessary thing to know and be concerned about. But first and foremost, that doesn't matter if you really don't like the person like that. You know, if you genuinely like the person, like, what does it matter if they find you attractive or they don't, if you don't really like them like that? So I feel like Spirit wants you to consider all things, and don't forget to be your authentic self, because what's going to happen is going to magnetize the person that's for you. The person that's for you, they're going to love it. They're not going to tell you to change into someone else that you cannot be. If you're a size 4, you're probably never going to be a size 6. Or if you're a size 12, you're probably never going to be a size 5, 7, whatever. And a person is not going to shame you for either or that. If you're nerdy or a little bit quirky, or you don't know certain things, they're not going to call you stupid or call you dumb or call you, oh, you think you're too smart, or you think you know, like whatever dumb shit people say to other people. You know, looks is usually a thing for people, or what they have, what they don't have. Long story short, sis, I know you asked what's going to happen between the two of you. There's a possibility for you guys to expand something together, but it's all these things around it that I can't help but go into. That's why I went on that long tangent. That the biggest thing here for you is to stay your authentic self. Let that shine. Your endurance and your ability to see things through and be resilient is a beautiful thing, but it's to be managed wisely when it comes to certain people. Not everybody deserves your devotion, your resilience. Some connections are just meant to leave our lives and not hold on to. So don't force anything. It's not necessary to force anything, to try to convince or control how someone sees you and if they stay with you, because you're wasting your time when there's someone out there and people out there that will love you for your authentic self. That's the message. Yep, look, turn your heart light on. Reflect on a time when you experienced love, like really. And it doesn't have to just be romantic love. Go back to a time where you truly experienced the feeling of love, and love meaning true acceptance, unconditional love. Or maybe even a time where you truly accepted you wholeheartedly. Um, this is like homework, sis. I know it's not what you asked, and I can't tell you to take it if it resonates. If not, then just discard it. But if it's is resonating with you, even though it's not really what you asked, I would take these things as not just advice, but maybe things to like sit with and ponder, because it came out for a reason, sis. Like, sometimes I hate when I do this because it feels like I'm just talking, and I won't shut up. And it's not what people ask, but when it comes out, I know it's something, like, it's just not coming out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just say stuff just to be saying it. It's coming out for a reason. Like, the emphasis here. The romance card is at the center. I know you asked, what's going to happen between you and this person? And I'm not a fortune teller, and I'm not going to pretend to know everything about the future. That's not what I read cards for. I don't read cards as a fortune teller, and I don't believe in that. Can the cards tell you sometime what to expect? Yes, but I feel like some things are not set in stone and some things are. And in this instance, I do get like Spirit saying there's a potential here. But again, like all these other cards around it, is reminding you of the beauty of yourself. Versatility, being your authentic whole self, and your endurance, your ability to see things through is a beautiful gift. But don't allow it to be the thing that works against you only for the sake of a person or being in a connection or someone liking you or whatever, right? And devoting yourself. You see how the devotion card, there's one bird that's living and there's one that's unalive on the floor. So it's like giving to yourself when one person is not even giving that. They're not doing anything, where you burn yourself out. Giving into the conventional things. You know what I mean? Like, you're not subject to that. Being conventional in some way keeps you prison. So I don't know if you have Gemini in your chart, because you have the Sun in Gemini card, and you also have the Scorpio, the Sun in Scorpio as well. There's something about you that is not, it's not this basic thing or this one way of being a woman, or it's like you have very colorful aspects of you. And if you were to allow someone to tell you that that's not good, or you need to change it, or you need to do more of this, or you convince yourself that you should just for the sake of fitting into something with a person, then Spirit's saying that that's not the right direction for you. It's not the right person for you. So ask yourself, like, what's up with this dude? Like, is he really, I mean, can't tell you, you know, not to like someone or not to love someone even, because that's not realistic. But it's more so, you can like or love something, but you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Like, is this person really for me? Is it even worth wanting to see where it goes? Like, is it something that's healthy? Should it even be going anywhere? You know what I mean? Like, you know, sit with that. Probably not a popular message. No, I know it's not. But it's a lot of help. It saves you a big headache. Most definitely. Definitely. All right, food for thought. That's enough. I feel like I did too much. Okay, so hey, yeah, your reading was done, sis, like a long time ago. I don't even know how long I've been on here. It's insane. All right, you're welcome. All right, Simone, you're welcome. Viviana, enjoy your rest of your week. Be safe. Take care of you. Okay. Take care of you. I hope that I'm not tripping. Okay, not okay. Monica, you scared me. I was like, did I miss your reading the wrong, or read it wrong. All right, Simone, I don't know where you are, sis. Let me know if you're on before I start your read, because I want to know what am I reading on, or who am I reading on. I'd like to know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Okay. I have a special right now going on for love reads. 30% off on all love reads except for mini love reads. The discount code is available until Wednesday. So if you guys are interested, the discount code is 𝓜𝓸𝓿𝓮. Hey! For anyone who comes up. Okay. So if y'all like 30% off on your love reads, one of my popular readings right now is the future spouse read. So if you guys are genuinely interested or you're called to that reading, you guys can apply that 30% discount code 𝓜𝓸𝓿𝓮 in the checkout and you'll get 30% off. Beautiful. All right, Simone, I got you. Let's see. Where are we at? 129.02. Okay, let's see. Who is it that Spirit wants you to know about? Let's see. Ooh. The romance card came out again. Ugh. Criticism came out. Why is this all these? Ooh, friendship. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Innovation. I'm not really getting a who. Appreciation. I'm not getting no who's right now. Not right now. Your romantic life, I feel like Spirit is about to shift it. But before the Spirit shifts it, because this is the first card that came out along with the criticism. So the romance card came out, the criticism card, which is, what is this? Mars and Virgo. So you might have maybe internalized a bit, maybe some of what one of your lovers said, or internalized some of their behaviors and kind of turned it against yourself and was like, okay, well, he probably wouldn't have did that, or what's wrong with me that they would do something like that, or, you know, am I not this enough or that enough? Why would this person do that? So some of this is like, because when I think of Virgo, sometimes I do think of people that are very hardworking and they're very detailed. They dissect things. They're very business oriented, career driven and motivated, but they're known to be the perfectionists of the zodiac as well. So it's like this, almost this, it's natural to them to dissect things and pick it apart and be like, okay, like, you know how Beyonce with her shows, like, she dissects everything. Okay, I gotta, these type of shoes go with this lighting, and if these shoes don't go, then I have to switch all this up because this is not gonna work. It's like this person could, or people, it's like a masculine energy I'm picking up on, where you take on the criticism, like you criticize yourself based off of maybe things that they do or something like that. And this is something that I feel your friends or a friend could help you realize in some way. Like, your friends could be a positive reminder, a loving reminder of the things about you. Like, you know how sometimes when people do bad things, you can blame yourself and be like, well, what did I do? Or, yeah, but I did this too. Or, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have posted that. Or maybe I shouldn't have wore that. And then maybe they wouldn't have said, like, it's the blame, you know, towards the self. And your friends be like, really, sis? No. Like, you can't stop being yourself, or you have no control over what people say or what they do, or what, you know what I mean? Like, it's something along the lines of you being lovingly reminded by a friend about some of your self-criticism, especially when it is connected to maybe a lover or past lovers, if not just one person. Because this is a period where you're going to be shifting with the innovation card. You're going to, I feel like you're being whipped into shape, but it's more of a self thing. It's like, it's nothing or no one really doing this. It's you that's whipping yourself into shape on different levels. You have Jupiter in Aquarius, so this could be something that's happening on a psychological, mental level, like your mindset. And when you are, whatever it is that you're seeking, like the antidote to some of your, whatever it is that you feel like you need to work through, or your healing, or just, for your own betterment, your own like joy, happiness, whatever, success, you're going to find it when you fish for it, when you look for it, when you seek it out. You're going to find the things that you need for you. And it could literally be things that are like books, anything with like, anything connected to the internet or connected to literature, writing, like books, journals, maybe videos, like talks, mental talks, like, or therapy or podcast, something that's going to help you mentally or stimulate your mind, like where you're getting, what's the right word that I'm looking for? My goodness. Something educational that helps with this process. I hope I'm making sense. And then you have appreciation. So when you're like, you're creating the shift in your life. This woman's playing, I don't know what this instrument is, but I'm kind of getting like frequency. Like you're creating a frequency or an energy around you that as you pour into yourself, as you appreciate yourself, you're going to see a lot of abundance taking place in your life in different ways. And this card is the moon in Leo. So it's like a silent thing. It's not this boastful thing like, yeah, I'm a queen and I'm a goddess and I do this. And it's like a silent confidence, which is true confidence. When you're confident in your abilities and yourself, and you don't have to express it. You don't have to tell everybody, about yourself and what you did. And unless it's meant to help people. But when it's like this boisterous thing, it's not real confidence. So I'm just getting like with Leo energy, they exude this confident energy. They're very attractive people. They attract people with their energy, but the shadow sides of Leos could be very boisterous, very egocentric, self-centered sometimes, the shadow parts of it. But getting for you, so this is a you season, or me, like, like me meaning you, like it's it's you season. It's not so much about anybody else. Your single season is not involving any other person, other than what I'm seeing is like the criticism part, where these people might have made you feel like you had to pick yourself apart or dissect parts of yourself to figure out what did you do wrong, or what's wrong with you, or what could they have saw that made them do this or act this way. Like that's the only thing that I feel like would involve other people. But in that case, it's something that spirit wants you to like break or move out of, and not criticize yourself, shame or blame yourself. And also too, like with the romance card, this I feel like implies healthier relationships, commitments and connections coming in. And it's like it's going to catch you by surprise. Like you see how the male figure, the woman looks like she was just moving along in life. Let me move my finger out of the way. Like she was just moving on in life, like just doing her thing. And this person just hit her, just came out of nowhere. And you see how the Cupid is in the back. So you're a connection that I feel like is worth your time and energy, because that romance card, it's, what is it? Taurus and Venus, which is their ruling planet, or our ruling planet. I'm a Taurus. Taurus's ruling planet is Venus, and Libras as well. But Venus, that energy, I feel like with Taurus, is a stable connection, something that is grounded, it is rooted, it is someone that is really committed. Tauruses, if they could, they would commit to life, or commit for life, but by default sometimes it's with the wrong people. It takes a lot for a Taurus to be, done with the person that they've invested their heart in life, spent their life or built their life with. It's not an easy thing. So it doesn't mean that your person is necessarily a Taurus, but I feel like that type of partnering where a person is really dedicated and stands for their love. Yeah, see, this is where you're at. Resurrection and rebirth. You're going through some sort of purification process when it comes to love, your mindset, maybe how you see yourself in relations to partners, or breaking that maybe that blame, like when somebody does something, or says something to you and it makes you feel like, okay, it's my fault. What could I have done different? And sometimes that is needed, like, you know, to check yourself and all of that and correct yourself if need be. But a lot of times if it's coming from a person that is no good or they're abusive, like oftentimes that's projection that they place on you. You have to know how to discern it and not allow it to affect you so much or affect you at all. And I feel like that's what this criticism card is about. A partner maybe that did certain things or maybe actively like criticize you in some way or tried to blame you or place the blame on you. Okay. Song, celebrate and express yourself. Yeah, it goes back to this. Doesn't have to be this loud, boisterous thing. It could just be you doing you, what resonates with you authentically and purely yourself, and not hiding or shying away from who you are. You're living your life authentically out loud as you are. And it's like, whoever is liking it, cool. Who doesn't, I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to shy away. I'm not going to conform. I'm not going to fall into a trap with people that try to silence it. And sometimes, like, in order to get with a person, they might require you to silence some of that. Try to quiet who you are. I don't know if it's a specific person. It might not be. This criticism card can pertain to any masculine energy that was important to you that kind of exhibited that type of behavior that made you criticize yourself or they criticize you. Like, example of this, when I say like when you're living your living out loud and just being your authentic self and you express yourself how you want to. I remember, this is just an example, this guy that I was dating like years back. I think, who was it? I don't know if we were FaceTiming at the time or he looked at something that I posted. I think it was a picture I posted. But I was really into like colorful cosplay wigs. Like, I just, at the time I bought like different ones and I had like this pink and purple one that I thought was cute. And this is not something that I would wear every day. I probably would just like, sometimes I would take pictures in it, and I think I wore it out once. And he was like, "You're not going to meet my mom wearing that, are you?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, really? Like, why? Like, it's not, like I said, it was not something that I wore often. You've seen a selfie of me in that, and that's it. So it was just like weird that he would say that. And I remember I was wearing a Britney Spears t-shirt, and he was like, "You need to take that off." Because, yeah, he was like, "You need to take that off." And I was like, "For what?" And he was like, "Britney Spears, that's lame, that's whack." And mind you, when I was growing up, I was into pop, like every genre of music, but I listened to Britney Spears. Like, so for you to be judging, I don't know if it's like, oh, it's a black thing or whatever, because he's a black dude or whatever. It was just stupid. So stuff like that, like little dumb shit. Like, if you like something, like, if, let's say it's a sports team that I don't like, right? I'm not really into sports like that, but let's just say the person's wearing a jersey that you don't like that team, you like this other team. Y'all might like joke around and pick at each other over it, but to say like, you like that team, you need to, if you gonna be with me, you need to, you know what I mean? Like, stupid stuff like that. Those are not your people. They're not your people. They're not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just stuff like that, because I've seen couples that look completely like different. Let's say like a hippie versus a blue collar guy with a hippie chick. Like, I've seen couples that don't look like, supposedly physically on the surface look like they should go together, but they resonate. It's deeper than that. It's underneath. It's in the soul. You know, it's a soul connection. It has nothing to do with the physical. So like, and it could be deeper than that. Like, just coming across anybody that tells you like, "Oh, you're into that," or "You like to watch those types of videos. Oh, you're weird, you're strange." Like, you don't want to be with anybody that makes you feel like you're not enough or you need to conform. You know what I mean? That's not for you. That is not for you. And I didn't know it, but it's like really common for people to really feel like they have to tone themselves down in order to be accepted by people, not just romantically. It's really a thing. And I used to do that too. But I feel like for you, sis, like, those are the biggest things that I feel like Spirit is wanting you to focus on, is like the criticism. And there's something about reminding yourself parts of yourself, or having like a friend or someone around you that I feel like encourages you or kind of brings you down to earth in like this loving way to help you realize or see the positives in yourself or something like that. But yeah, you're innovating something different. You're changing your vibration, you're changing your frequency, and that energy is going to attract something or someone that's more stable, more grounded, more like someone that is actually committed and devoted. And it's going to pop up on you when you're not looking for it, literally. But I see you embracing it though. So, and I know I have to sometimes specify whether it's a lifelong commitment. I'm not really getting whether it is or it isn't, because sometimes like people be like, yeah, you told me this person was going to come into my life, this person like this person like that, and they did, but it didn't last. But, you know, if I didn't get it specifically, and even if sometimes there's similarities, like some people will have similarities to a person that we picked up in a reading. Like one of my friends, she did a reading for me years ago. She was describing like my future spouse or whatever, and then this guy, the same one I was telling you about with the Britney Spears shirt in the pink wig, like the guy that was telling me about that, like he fit that description to the T, like everything to the T. Like the short curly hair, he wore glasses, like sometimes, like everything to the T, like even down to the relationship with his mom, and it was like to the T. So, and I don't believe that that's him. Like at one point I did think that or question that, but it's not. I feel like it's just similarities. Like people will have similarities to that, close to it. But in your case, like I said, I do feel like there's a connection that is more stable. You're going to attract somebody that is stable, committed, desires a commitment, is willing to be committed. They're not a flaky lover. They're not somebody that gets in and out of relationships. It's very hard to break, like I said, a Taurus person. Once they commit and devote themselves to a partner or someone that they love, then it's very hard to break that. It's very hard. But yeah, did I pull your, yeah, I did pull your advice card. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Says like, I didn't mean to go on a real long tangent. I think I did that with the last read, but I hope these readings have been helpful, y'all. I need to take my ass to sleep. I don't even know how I do it sometimes. Like 6:45 and it's 9:11. I don't even know how I did that. I really don't. But yeah, that is your reading, Simone. You're welcome. You have a great week too, sis. Be safe. Everybody be safe during the week. I'll catch you guys when I do. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Much love. Be blessed.